and I'm just going to restate it,
yeah.
to be a shepherd.
Yes.
Okay, not in a play.
That would be fun too, though.
You heard it here first.
Well, they can't. Well, they put it on camera.
You could be in the live nativity scene somewhere.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Who do I get to play?
The shepherd.
If I went to be a sheep.
Oh gosh. So, what were you saying? So I met Tanya at a golf tournament about, is it 3 years ago now, I guess? My math is not very good. Where did it all begin? About 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, through work. It was a charity golf tournament. Tanya's company had sponsored one of the holes. Kind of rolled through there and realized that we
had a lot of mutual clients.
Yeah, and our business synergies were there, and so we needed to, and we felt like it'd be good for us to network and introduce clients to different clients and hopefully grow our businesses. And so through that conversation on the 12th hole at Stonebridge Ranch, we had just agreed, and we swapped business cards that we would re-hook up in a week or so and get on each other's calendars and have a lunch. So we did that. Mm-hmm. She brought her boss at the time, and I brought mine, and really just had a really good business luncheon. And from there we just busy and didn't do too much follow up, but it gave me a familiar face. If I ran into her, I would know her, and that was good. And so from there, it was about 2 years after that on LinkedIn, I got a notice that popped up, and it said, "Oh, Tanya Lamothe had changed jobs, congratulate her or something." And I was like, "Oh man, I really need to reach out to her because I was going to introduce her to somebody to help her network." Good. So I've got all this in the back of my mind going, man, this is really good. So we met at a local restaurant, and within like 30 seconds of sitting down and having lunch, I realized like there was something there. And
in true Tanya style, yes. I'm running in late, getting in on 2 wheels, and oh, hey, great to see you, so on and so forth. And within 5 minutes, he's asking, well, how's business, how's this, how's that? Oh, well, by the way, we've had some significant life changes at my house. And so after lunch, I realized that she was single, and I was too, and caught my eye a little bit. You're kind of cute.
Yeah, and so I asked her out. So we went and had just a little informal tennis date, nothing too serious, but it was fun. We're having a good time.
Yeah.
But where we didn't have to get too close to each other, at least we had a
whole court between us, and
so there wasn't too much awkwardness.
And it wasn't,
as like a date, if you will. But it was just getting out and doing that. Well, finally, about 45 minutes into it, she looked at me and she said, "Heath, I gotta go.
I'm done."
And I'm like, well, that was good. So I didn't know everything that was going on. I wasn't going to tell the story about the cookies.
Yeah, leave the cookies out.
You'll have to edit that. But
the cookies at Target, you could probably leave this in because this is so Tanya. But the cookies at Target, and then they're the cake cookies, and then they have the big thick thing of frosting on top. Well, I ate the whole box.
And then came to play tennis.
They were just so good.
And then play tennis?
Yes.
And I got so sick.
So a couple weeks went by, and as you have it, then things move on. We started dating, and one of the conversations that came up was church. And so I mentioned to her that I went to Trinity Presbyterian and brought the boys, and we were members, and really liked it, and needed to somehow get more involved and get the boys involved a little bit more. And she said, well, I started going to Trinity Presbyterian too. And we kind of like look at each other, and she had started, bringing her kids here, unbeknownst to me. And
yeah. So I had started bringing my girls to Trinity in probably April or so, several months prior, and we found that this was a wonderful fit for us. The girls have become involved in Sunday school, and we were coming to church on Sunday mornings, and we were over on the other side of the church. So our paths weren't really crossing at church. They were crossing elsewhere.
Oh boy, I was early this time, because I'm like looking across going,
I walked in the next Sunday, and I looked.
And there she was, and I got a little wave, and that little smile right there. And so really, from that day forward is really when our relationship kind of blossomed and took off. Okay, so fast forward a bunch, and I really realized that God really did give me
us
Tanya.
together.
He really did, and it's just amazing. And I might start crying again.
I know.
So, you know, after our time of dating and things got more serious, I asked Tanya to marry me, and
we got married here.
yes,
This was the first place that came to mind. Where else would you get married other than where, when it comes down to it, where it all started?
mm-hmm. That's right.
So, and now our kids come to church here, and they are excited about Sunday school, and ranging in ages from 5 to 14. So we stretch the gamut.
One big family.
One big herd.
That's it. Referred to as a herd.
Now you can't miss us when we come in. And now we're looking forward to this year being involved with the children's ministry and helping with that and becoming far more active in the church. So in making sure that our children are active in the church. We both grew up in very active.
Strict.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't even get a choice of sleeping in. It was, you're going to the 8 o'clock.
You get up and you go to church and you volunteer and you help and you do those things. And so we want our children to have that same experience. And you realize it's much bigger than just you and much more than just your family coming and sitting there and singing and going home. Anyway, we're glad to be raising our children in church here, for this to be our church home.